for taking the time out of your day to do this.
Got it.
If you could just state your name, where you're from, and a little bit about what you do.
Alright, my name is Massa. I'm from Windsor, Connecticut, and I started producing music as a hobby probably about a year ago. I just like music a lot, and I really wanted to get into it a little bit. So I looked up like a bunch of videos how to make beats here and there, and then I eventually learned.
Okay. Well, that was my next question. How long have you been producing? So you said a year and a half?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you come about being passionate about music, and how did you know that you really wanted to do that?
So I listen to music a lot, every day. I'm into music a lot. I listen to a lot of artists, and I thought that maybe I could take this into my own hands and create a little something for myself and try and do some music myself.
Awesome. Is your family really involved in music as well, or is it just something that you picked up by yourself?
It's something I picked up. Really, they know I do. But yeah, I pretty much just picked it up on my own and with my friends and stuff.
Does your family and the people that you surround yourself with, your friends, like you said, your whole family, do they support what you do? Do they encourage you to be better and actually pursue this career that's many people do pursue, but they still support you every day?
Yeah, definitely. I would say my friends probably support me a little more. My family, they know that I do it, but I don't think they know how serious I'm into it. But yeah.
What challenges do you think you faced when you first started making music, and how have you improved on those challenges since?
Okay, so firstly, when I first started making beats, I struggled to even make a beat at first because I don't know music theory.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was definitely a challenge. So I would try and make things, and they just wouldn't sound right or wouldn't sound how I would like them to. But I started learning music theory a little bit, and I pretty much play and make stuff by ear now. But now I'm a little more into music theory, and the challenges kind of settled a little.
What is music theory? Can you just talk a little bit more about that?
Music theory is it's hard to explain.
Just in your own words, how you look at it, how would you perceive it?
I think it's really, really knowing the music, and there's a bunch of I would say stuff like chords and melodies and things like arpeggios. Those are a few things I know about music theory. I don't know that much.
Okay. So for you personally, what do you think the next step is for you in making music? And is there a specific aspect of producing that you want to achieve next?
Next, I probably want to start maybe create a beat website and start promoting myself using my social medias, and hopefully
To reach out to people to get on those beats and get exposure?
Yeah.
Nice. Alright, so I'm going to start asking a little more advanced questions, personally about you and what you do with your music. So, who would you say your target audience is in the type of music that you make? Is there a specific gender or group of people, age-wise, or something that you like to aim your music towards that?
I would say now I like to just have my friends and people that I know. That's who I really show it to. But eventually, probably I want to get into showing low artists and upcoming artists and other producers and stuff.
Nice. So, when you get down to the actual work part of it, when you go and sit down and begin making new music, is there any specific social or political issue, not in just music but in the world, that you like to address? Do you have stuff like that on your mind when you make these beats, and do you have a vision of what kind of person you want on top of the beat and what kind of message that you want to perceive through it?
I don't really have a set vision, so to say, but I just go ahead and make whatever, and if I like it and it sounds good, just
Right.
leave it at that.
So, even besides, like, other than your perceived message or the issues you want to face in making your own music, are there any, like, problems in general in today's industry that you feel strongly or don't feel strongly about?
This is kind of so I would say maybe like I hear a lot of like drug related
Yeah.
music today and stuff, and I don't know how I like feel about it. It's
You feel
frowned
like
upon.
you feel it's a big problem?
Yeah, it's a big problem, but it's sad because you know you see a lot of artists go because of it, and I don't know. Hopefully that's a problem that you know we could all see and reflect on and hopefully resolve.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think they all do that? You think it's because they follow a common trend? Or do you, like, why do you think these artists are getting into drugs like that and singing about it, and then you do see these tragic events of people passing away?
I think a lot of it probably has to do with like their background and where they're from and dealing with like personal issues. And wait, what was the second part of the question again?
Like, why do you think that, like, why do you think people feel the need to follow that kind of trend, and why are they getting into these drugs, and why is it leading to these tragic events of people passing away at such a young age?
I feel like just a lot of people want to like fit in and just fit that trend, but you know, obviously like the outcomes aren't that like good.
They get ahead of themselves and
They
get carried
get
away.
ahead of themselves.
For your music personally, what producers, like, do you model your work around? Like, is there a specific somebody that you look up to in the producing business that you like?
I'm a big fan of Nick Mira and Internet Money, Taz Taylor, even like, you know, the old school guys like Scott Storch, Dr. Dre, Kanye, people like that.
So what is it about those artists, like, do you like specifically about how they produce their music? Is there a certain type of strategy, sound, anything like that? Instrument?
I just really like their sound, and I definitely use that to inspire like my work.
Let's see. So you answered this question. It's not specifically because of a certain message or anything. It's just the type of sounds and how they implement different types of instruments into one beat and make it sound that way.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in the future, or even right now, what are your goals? Like, do you plan on taking this to a whole nother level? Like, is that your goal?
I would say like I'm pretty much taking it as it goes. Like, I do this for fun now, but like if I definitely see like definitely see like potential in like creating like a bigger thing out of this, and definitely I'll try and do that.
All right. So one last question for you, Mark. Overall, what kind of message or impact do you hope to leave through your music, and how do you expect to do that?
I just want to, you know, spread like positivity and show that, you know, pretty much anybody could do music, and you know, people go through a lot of problems, and they look to resolve them in different ways, like maybe like we said before, drugs and stuff like that. But you know, I just want to like kind of be a message that you could do this if you want to, and anybody can. Like I said, like I picked this up probably a year ago, and you know, it's really just up to you.
Alright, thank you again for your time, Mark. I appreciate it, and best of luck to you in the future with this.